Congratulations! You just respawned in the Jurassic period as the absolute largest creature in the entire ocean. You are 16 meters long. You weigh roughly 45 tons. Wow, that sounds like you are a king, right? A true apex predator of the ancient seas. A majestic titan that makes every other creature tremble in fear. Wrong. A massive, terrible, horrifying mistake. You are not a king. You are actually just a giant floating meat truck. A slow-moving, all-you-can-eat sashimi buffet, actively swimming through an ocean filled with nature, is most perfectly engineered organic meat cleavers. Welcome to the miserable, pathetic existence of the Leedsichthys. Let us take a moment to evaluate your character build. When most animals in the Jurassic Ocean were investing all their evolutionary skill points into razor-sharp teeth, impenetrable bone armor, and explosive speed, your ancestors decided to put every single point into being incredibly thick. And not much else. You have no teeth. You have no armor. You have no speed. You have no spikes. Your only self-defense mechanism is the desperate hope that your enemies will get tired of chewing on you before they reach any of your vital organs. It is a bold strategy. It is also an incredibly stupid one. Imagine having the physical dimensions of an entire school bus, but the only thing you are physically capable of eating are microscopic creatures so small they are practically invisible to the naked eye. While every other monster out there is ripping each other to shreds, you are just cruising around at the speed of a rusty bicycle with your mouth wide open like a complete idiot. You are a filter feeder. You spend 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, just gulping water to strain out tiny plankton through your gills. It is an honest living, sure, but it is also a living that requires you to be completely defenseless in an era where literally everything wants to murder you. Let us talk about your skeleton for a second. You would think a creature the size of a whale would have a skeleton made of dense, heavy bone to support all that meat. Nope. Nature decided to prank you again. A massive portion of your skeleton is just cartilage. And the bones you do have are incredibly thin and fragile. You are basically a giant gelatinous blob of protein wrapped in a thin layer of skin. You are essentially a giant aquatic marshmallow floating in a sea of razor blades. And oh boy, those razor blades are everywhere. Let us set the scene. You are minding your own business, slowly filtering water, trying to ignore the constant looming dread of your existence. Suddenly, from the dark depths below, a shadow emerges. It is a Liopleurodon, a massive marine reptile with a head the size of a car and teeth built specifically to crush bone and tear flesh. Or maybe it is a Metriorhynchus, a terrifying marine crocodile that looks like it crawled straight out of a nightmare. They spot you. They do not even see you as a threat. They do not even see you as a challenge. They just see a giant floating grocery store. The predator accelerates and slams into your flank. Jaws clamp down on your side with the force of a hydraulic press. Sharp teeth slice through your soft, defenseless flesh. A massive chunk of your body is ripped away in a cloud of crimson. And what exactly is your epic response to this brutal, unprovoked attack? Do you turn around and fight back? Do you unleash a terrifying roar? Do you swim away at blinding speed to escape? No, you do absolutely none of those things. Because you cannot. You physically cannot. You do not have the speed to outrun them. You do not have the weapons to fight them. Your only response is to just take it. You just keep swimming slowly forward, leaving a massive trail of your own blood in the water, with a gigantic, gaping hole in your side. You are the ultimate pacifist in a world of absolute psychopaths. You are a walking tragedy. You just accept the pain and hope they get full. It is the aquatic equivalent of someone taking a bite out of your sandwich while you are still holding it, and you just apologizing to them for getting your sandwich in their way. The level of disrespect you face on a daily basis is truly staggering. You are not just prey. You are a convenience store. Predators do not even bother killing you most of the time. Killing you requires effort. Why kill the buffet when you can just grab a plate, take a bite, and leave the buffet alive so it can make more food for you later? You are a renewable resource for the local marine mafia. It is a humiliating existence. You are basically the universe's biggest chew toy. Let us dive deeper into the sheer terror of your daily routine. Every morning you wake up, if you even sleep at all, knowing that today might be the day you get a chunk of your dorsal fin bitten off. You swim through the beautiful, crystal-clear waters of the Jurassic, past vibrant coral reefs and stunning underwater landscapes, completely unable to appreciate any of it Because you are constantly looking over your shoulder. Oh wait, you cannot even look over your shoulder because your neck does not turn like that. You just have to stare blankly forward into the abyss while hoping nothing is sneaking up behind you. Your entire life is a masterclass in anxiety. You are essentially a giant anxiety attack wrapped in blubber. The only thing larger than your physical body is the sheer volume of stress hormones pumping through your veins at any given moment. You are a gentle giant, a peaceful creature that just wants to eat microscopic floating specks and be left alone. But the Jurassic Ocean does not care about your peaceful intentions. The Jurassic Ocean only respects violence, and you brought literally zero violence to the party. Every time you open your mouth to feed, you are taking a risk. You are a giant vacuum cleaner sucking up water, and sometimes you accidentally suck up things you did not want. But you cannot spit them out. You just have to deal with it. You are a slave to your own biology. Your massive gills are constantly working, filtering. You have to eat almost constantly just to sustain your ridiculous body mass. If you stop eating, you starve. If you keep eating, you stay exposed in the open water where the predators roam. It is a lose-lose situation of epic proportions. You might wonder, why did evolution do this to me? What is the evolutionary advantage of being a giant floating victim? The sad truth is, you are a product of an era of extremes. The plankton populations exploded, creating an infinite food source for anything big enough to harvest it. You evolved to exploit that food source. You got big fast. But you forgot to evolve a defense system. You were like a startup company that grew too fast and forgot to hire a security team. And now all your competitors are just walking into your office and stealing your computers. You exist in a state of perpetual victimhood. Your existence is a statistical anomaly. You survive not because you are strong, but purely because you are too massive to consume in one sitting. You are a living testament to the sheer stubbornness of life. Even when everything goes wrong, even when you are designed entirely as prey, you still somehow manage to keep swimming, albeit slowly, painfully, and with several large pieces of your body missing. This is your life now. Get used to the taste of your own despair, because it is the only thing you will ever experience besides the taste of microscopic plankton. You think being bitten by a 10-meter-long monster is the absolute worst thing that could possibly happen to you? Think again. Because being eaten alive slowly by an entire swarm of tiny sharks is the real waking nightmare. Welcome to the second phase of your miserable existence. Enter the Hybidus. These are not massive apex predators that will kill you quickly and end your suffering. No, these are relatively small, highly aggressive sharks that travel in packs. Into them, you are not a majestic creature of the deep. You are a floating island of free calories. They surround you, a cloud of jagged teeth and relentless hunger. They do not attack to kill. They attack to snack. They latch onto your fins. They tear at your tail. They rip away small mouthfuls of your flesh while you are still desperately trying to filter feed just to maintain your energy. It is a slow, agonizing process of being consumed piece by piece. You shake your massive body, trying to dislodge them, but it is completely useless. You are simply too big and too slow to outmaneuver a swarm of agile predators. You just have to endure it. Again. And this is where the true horror of your biology reveals itself. This is the dark plot twist of your life as a Leedsichthys. Paleontologists have found fossilized bones of your kind that show clear evidence of massive traumatic injuries that actually healed over time. Let that sink in for a moment. You survive these horrific attacks. Your massive body is so incredibly resilient, and your vital organs are buried so deep beneath layers of blubber and muscle that a predator can literally rip a hole the size of a bathtub in your side, and you will not die. Instead, your body simply starts repairing the damage. You heal. You regenerate the lost flesh. You patch up the gaping wounds. It sounds like a superpower, right? It sounds amazing. But it is not a superpower. It is a curse. Because by healing, you are just preparing yourself for the next attack. You are just growing fresh meat for the predators to come back and eat tomorrow. You are a biological vending machine that automatically restocks itself. You are trapped in an endless, perpetual cycle of suffering, regeneration, and more suffering. You spend your youth being chewed on. You spend your middle age being chewed on. And you will spend your senior years being chewed on. You heal just enough to survive, but never enough to actually fight back or escape. It is a level of existential dread that is almost impossible to comprehend. Imagine waking up every single day knowing that your only purpose in the grand scheme of the Jurassic ecosystem is to be a non-consensual organ donor for reptiles and sharks. You are the glue that holds the local food web together, and you are paying for it with your own flesh and blood. Every scar on your massive body tells a story of a battle you did not fight, but simply survived by being too thick to murder efficiently. And yet, despite all the trauma, despite the constant harassment, despite being treated like a communal dining table by the entire ocean, you keep going. You keep swimming. You keep filtering those microscopic plankton, gulping down millions of tiny lives just to sustain your own massive, tragic existence. It is deeply poetic in the darkest way possible. But eventually, even the thickest, most resilient meat truck runs out of gas. Age finally catches up to you. Your massive muscles weaken. Your giant tail loses its power. The endless cycle of healing has taken a massive toll on your cellular biology. You can no longer swim fast enough to push water through your gills. You start to suffocate. Slowly, inevitably, your colossal body stops moving. The forward momentum ceases, and you begin to sink. You fall through the water column, descending into the dark, freezing depths of the ocean floor. But if you think death will finally bring you peace and dignity, you are hilariously wrong. The ocean does not waste anything, especially not 45 tons of premium organic meat. As your lifeless body hits the sea floor, sending up a massive cloud of silt, the final feast begins. You have become a whale fall, a temporary oasis of energy in a barren underwater desert. Crabs, hagfish, sleeper sharks, and thousands of other deep-sea scavengers swarm your corpse. They will spend months, maybe even years, picking your skeleton completely clean. You fed the ocean while you were alive, and you will continue to feed the ocean long after you are dead. From your first breath to your final descent, your entire existence was dedicated to sustaining the lives of creatures that actively made your life a living hell. So, as we look back at the majestic, tragic, and utterly pathetic life of the Leedsichthys, we are left with a profound question about the nature of survival. Is it better to be a terrifying apex predator that lives a short, glorious life of violence and domination? Or is it better to be a gigantic, peaceful filter feeder that lives a long, agonizing life as a permanent fixture on the oceanic menu? Would you rather be the diner, or would you rather be the dinner? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. I am genuinely curious if anyone would voluntarily choose to respawn as a giant fleshy buffet. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the miserable reality of prehistoric marine life, do me a massive favor and smash that like button. It tells the algorithm that you enjoy watching me mentally torture extinct animals, and it helps the channel grow. Share this video with a friend who thinks they are having a bad day, just to remind them that at least they are not a Leedsichthys. And most importantly, do not forget to subscribe to Born to Suffer for more dark, twisted, and scientifically accurate explorations into the absolute worst lives in the animal kingdom. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Stay safe out there, do not get eaten by a marine reptile, and I will see you in the next video.